This is ABC15 Mornings.
Cases and hospitalizations dropping across Arizona and the country.
A lot can happen, a lot can change, and we need to be prepared.
Tonight, the president will speak about what's ahead.
Cough, fatigue, and headaches. They are symptoms for both COVID and allergies.
That is a really reliable indicator that this is not a plain virus or seasonal allergies, but indeed this is likely the pandemic infection.
The one symptom that can help with your diagnosis.
Well, I've been out of work for a while, and I'm pretty damn desperate.
The stimulus bill passed, but what will it do to help people in poverty and more people get back to work?
Understanding what it's like to be in someone else's shoes.
When you think about it, it really impacts how you might perform that day.
A teenager putting his best foot forward to help others.
Plus, box out all of life's distractions. It's a day filled with basketball as the Sun Devils look to advance and the Suns are back in action. And we say good morning on exciting note here, especially if you're a basketball fan across Arizona. I'm Nick Soletti. Here in studio, Kaylee O'Kelly social distancing from home today. Excited for the Suns to come back.
Yes, and you know what? We should mention this too. We've got high school basketball playoffs as well.
Yeah.
Lots to be excited
and great
for.
job, ASU.
Yeah,
Gotta
that was
give
great.
that ASU plug.
Yes, no kidding. After that win yesterday against Washington State. Hey, we want to get you over to our Iris Hermosillo for a look at this forecast. Good morning.
Good morning. Well, we're off to a little bit of a busy start, especially in the high country. So as we hit that 6 o'clock hour, maybe you're getting ready to head out the door. You live in Flagstaff, Williams, or even near Sedona. Just be mindful of the fact that we've got some light snow in areas right along that I-17, I-40 interchange. It's not very heavy, but it's enough to at least lead to some slick spots on those roadways. So give yourself a little bit of extra travel time, a little bit more light snow down near Prescott 2 and Yarnell. For the valley, it's all dry with just a few clouds beginning to build in. Otherwise, 49 degrees our temperature, a chilly start to the day, and we'll keep partly cloudy skies around as we go through the rest of the day today, and we're also going to keep the cooler temperatures around. In fact, today is going to end up cooler than yesterday. We'll hit 60 degrees by lunchtime and only 66 for a high. Yesterday we made it to 70, so you'll feel the difference again in temperatures, and our storm system that we've been tracking for days, it's getting closer. We'll talk about those increasing valley rain chances and how much more snow we'll see up north in just minutes. For now though, Chelsea Davis has been watching our morning drive. Hey, Chelsea.
Hey, good morning, Iris. We're looking forward to it. Yes, watching the roadways here with our accident log group traffic maps, and so far not too much going on, which is good news, right? You want it to be a quiet start if you're getting ready to hit the road. North Valley right now looking clear for I-17, the 303, Carefree Highway, the 101. If you travel on the east side of town, we're not tracking many breaks at all. US 60, the 202s all look clear. We do have that reported crash still on I-10 westbound at 32nd Street, but like I mentioned earlier, it's not causing any big backups at this point in either direction. So I'll keep watching it. I'll let you know once it's completely gone. From the west side and from the North Valley, if you travel on I-17 or I-10, making your way into downtown Phoenix, you will run into some slow spots, as slow as about 20 miles per hour. So give yourself a little extra time. This is what I-10 looks like. The eastbound lanes are the slow ones near 67th Avenue.
Okay, Chelsea, thank you. Today does mark 1 year since the World Health Organization officially declared the coronavirus a pandemic.
We're deeply concerned both by the alarming levels of spread and severity and by the alarming levels of inaction.
Do you remember where you were in these moments? That same day, Governor Doug Ducey making a declaration of public health emergency here in Arizona. At the time, there were about 1,300 cases in this country, and since then, nearly 30 million people have tested positive, with over 500,000 deaths from COVID. Now, the fight against the pandemic has clearly turned a corner here in 2021. About 1 in 4 adults in the U.S. have been able to get a vaccine. In Arizona, more than 2 million vaccines have been administered, and hospitalizations have dropped significantly for the past 8 weeks. And tonight, President Joe Biden will deliver a primetime address marking the 1-year anniversary of the pandemic, and he will be announcing the next phase of our nation's COVID-19 response. Want to let you know, ABC15 will carry his speech live starting tonight at 6.
Morning, a new vaccine campaign launches today featuring former Presidents Bush, Obama, Clinton, and Carter, along with our former First Ladies.
In order to get rid of this pandemic, it's important for our fellow citizens to get vaccinated.
I'm getting vaccinated because we want this pandemic to end as soon as possible.
So we urge you to get vaccinated when it's available to you.
Well, the ad shows each of them getting the vaccine and urging Americans to do the same. We know people still have questions about the vaccine, and the ABC15 Health Insider team is committed to bringing you in-depth coverage to help you understand the latest medical news. So next Tuesday, we're holding another town hall event during our 6 o'clock hour of ABC15 Mornings and the 7 o'clock hour of ABC15 Mornings on the CW61 Arizona. You can email your questions to healthinsider@abc15.com.
Well, the nearly $2 trillion COVID relief bill has passed through Congress. It's now on the desk of President Joe Biden, who is expected to sign it into law tomorrow. It's one of the largest economic rescue packages in our nation's history. And we want to bring in our Mark Thompson this morning with some of the items on the measure, helping to explain why we have seen so much controversy around it. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning to you, Kaylee. And we've told you for weeks about those much needed stimulus checks that are going to be going out to individuals and families. We've also told you about extending the unemployment benefits. But this bill, as you mentioned, really divided lawmakers. And there is a lot more in it and a lot more money going to a lot more places. Let's take a look. Over $30 billion. That's going to go towards rental and housing assistance as millions are still behind in their rent and mortgage payments. Over $150 billion goes to public schools and colleges to get them back up and running and get students back into the classroom. Another $10 billion going to the farming industry, with half of that allocated to minority-owned farms. And there will also be money sent to concert halls, which have really sat empty for the past year. And as with Congress, a lot of Americans are divided over this legislation.
Whether it be Biden or Trump, I think the country needs that stimulus.
I think it's very scary, and the value of our money is going to decline significantly because of this.
We also keep that money in case our children need help. If they would run into problems, that stimulus money would go to them.
In addition, around $30 billion will be headed to the restaurant industry. The bill creates a new grant program modeled after the Restaurants Act, which actually stalled last year. And speaking of that, coming up tomorrow morning, we're going to have a two-part series about the Restaurants Act and how these restaurant owners have really been struggling and what they're doing to try to keep the doors open during this pandemic. Reporting live this morning, Mark Thompson, ABC 15, Arizona. Back to you.
All right, Mark, thank you. The stimulus package will provide more money for airlines, and that means more jobs are coming back. United and American now planning to bring back more than 25,000 furloughed workers. The airlines are starting to see an increase in people who are traveling again.
Capacity restrictions lifted and restaurants are able to welcome in more customers finally, but some owners are having trouble hiring more staff. Experts say job insecurity, along with concerns about being exposed to COVID, could be keeping people from applying for a job. After so many people were let go, many restaurant employees have found other jobs or maybe are looking to change careers.
When there's been a big disruption in people's comfort in all kinds of things with COVID, and we are in the public business, that we can't deny that. So I think when there's a collective comfort around this, I think that's when people will start considering this as a great option.
The Maricopa County Health Department says food industry workers should be next in line for the vaccine. Health officials are working with restaurant groups to set up vaccination events across the valley.
Circle April 9th on your calendar. That is when the Arizona Diamondbacks will once again host fans at Chase Field for their season opener. The stands have been empty for a year and a half. The team will start with 25% capacity, or 12,000 fans allowed in, and that number will increase throughout the season. Well, it's time to go duck hunting this afternoon. ASU advancing in the Pac-12 tournament. The men's basketball tournament happening in Vegas. That win yesterday afternoon, and now they're going to take on Oregon. Tip-off is set for 12:30. The Sun Devils do need to win the tournament, obviously. They need to win every game to make it into March Madness.
And tonight, the Phoenix Suns will kick off the second half of their season. The Suns have won 4 in a row. They are on the road tonight to take on Portland.
After tonight, the Suns come back home for 5 straight games. Some good news, Devin Booker expected to play tonight. He did miss the All-Star game because of a left knee sprain.
Next on ABC 15 Mornings, did you know that over 100 pets have tested positive for COVID? New research beginning in the valley to see if the virus is dangerous for dogs and cats.
Then, do you eat to feel better or maybe just to relieve some stress? In your morning bulletin board, some simple ways to stop that emotional eating.
Welcome back. If you've recently recovered from COVID-19, TGen wants to study your pets. Researchers are hoping to learn more about how the virus can be transmitted between humans and animals. 2 dogs and 2 cats have tested positive for COVID here in Arizona. TGen is looking for pet owners who've tested positive in the last 2 weeks. They say so far they've tested 8 animals, but they're hoping to get about 100.
We want to be able to provide information back to pet owners. We're not just going in to collect samples, but having those conversations about, if their pets become symptomatic or if they test positive, providing that level of support, safety measures, talking with their veterinarian, and just overall supporting the pet owner community.
Yeah, this is really fascinating. TGen is doing a lot of work too, also with genetic sequencing for the variants. For more information, just head to tgen.org.
All right, let's talk now about your most accurate forecast in case you're getting ready to head outside. It's 6:13. Temperatures are chilly around the valley, a little colder even than they were yesterday, with 40s across the Phoenix metro area, even at Phoenix Sky Harbor. Some of the cooler spots, Chandler, that includes you. You're always one of the cooler spots. You're at 41 degrees right now. It's 43 in the Santan Valley, 45 in Peoria, 44 in Surprise, and 43 in Wickenburg. We're also in the 40s in Anthem. Cape Creek checking in right at 40 degrees. In Maricopa, good morning. You're checking in right at 45. Across Arizona, some spots in the teens. That includes Window Rock at just 15 degrees this morning. Flagstaff, you're checking in at 27. It's 32 degrees, right at that freezing mark in Kingman and in Prescott, with Payson right at 36 degrees. And I mentioned Sky Harbor at 49 here this morning. So we are off to a chilly start here across the valley and certainly across the state. But I'm also watching some snow showers in areas to our north. The valley, of course, is dry. We've got a few clouds beginning to develop out there, but it's still mostly clear to partly cloudy, and partly cloudy conditions is what I expect through the day today. As you look at desert Doppler radar, you can see a little bit of that blue lining up essentially from Flagstaff down to near Prescott. A few light rain showers in northwest Maricopa County, but again, it's mainly right around that I-17, I-40 interchange where I'm seeing some of those snow showers that could impact you as you maybe head out the door in the high country, making for some slick spots along I-17 and along that I-40 corridor, and also southwest of there near the Prescott area, some light snow showers there too, and you can see some light rain west and southwest of Wickenburg. I don't expect it to move into Wickenburg this morning, but as we go through the day today and into tonight, we'll see those rain and snow chances go up out ahead of this storm system that we've been talking about. That storm officially moves in tonight into tomorrow, and that will increase that rain and snow potential. But through the day today, you're going to watch Futurecast and you're going to see that we've essentially got ongoing snow showers from about Flagstaff to Prescott and then areas northwest of there. So that does include spots like the Grand Canyon. We'll also see some scattered showers, maybe some thunderstorms out near Lake Havasu this afternoon and evening. The valley at this point still looks pretty quiet, but then approaching that 7, 8 o'clock hour, I did start to bump up those valley rain chances with a 10% chance for rain before midnight. So a stray shower will be possible, but it's after midnight into tomorrow morning that I think we'll see our better opportunity for showers and thunderstorms, and that's exactly what on Futurecast. Here's 4 a.m. Scattered showers, maybe some storms in central Arizona, including here in the valley. Some snow in Prescott, more snow in Flagstaff, and we'll see these snow showers ongoing through the day tomorrow with a chance for scattered showers and even thunderstorms here in the valley through the day tomorrow as well. So for our valley rain chances, just a 10% chance before midnight tonight, and then notice by tomorrow morning we start the day with a 50% chance for showers and thunderstorms, and then those rain and storm chances gradually taper off by tomorrow evening. As far as how much rain and how much snow, well, we could still end up with around 1/10 of an inch in most spots around the valley, but we may see a few thunderstorms that produce some slightly higher amounts. So I bumped up our rain range to between about 1/10 to about 1/4 of an inch of rain, especially with any thunderstorms that may produce some heavier showers. And for the high country, expecting maybe 4 to 8 inches of snow in spots like Flagstaff, but it's not all coming down in one day. It's going to be over the course of multiple days. So from what we saw yesterday all the way through Saturday, it could add up to be that much. Otherwise, temperatures will be getting cooler. A high of 66 today, only 62 tomorrow, still in the 60s Saturday, and then we're back into the 70s and drying out on Sunday.
ABC 15 Desert Drive Time, sponsored by Accident Law Group.
All right, thanks so much, Iris. Chelsea here. Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday Eve. We're so close to the weekend. Maybe some of you are starting it. Let's look at the accident law group traffic maps in case you're hitting the road right now. Things look pretty good if you're talking about the North Valley or the East Valley, but we'll start on the north side of town. I-10 right now, or I-17 clear right now. Loop 101 to 303 Carefree Highway. If you travel on I-10, there we go. Now we can talk about it from the west side of town. You're going to see some of those brakes get a little heavier once you're at 51st Avenue through the stack, and then they get back to green flows. I-17 approaching the stack looks clear. You're just going to see some brakes around 19th Avenue or around the Durango curve. East Valley, mostly green flows. US 60, the 202, State Route 347 into and out of Maricopa. We still have this crash reported at I-10 and 32nd Street, but I think it's gone now. I keep looking at all the ADOT cams in the area, and I don't see it. Doesn't mean it's not out there still, but overall, we are not tracking delays, which is always some good news. Here is a look at some desert drive times for you if you travel on the 202 Red Mountain, 101, or even Loop 303. All of these are in the green and below average for this time of day.
Chelsea, thank you. You know, the rise in online shopping leading to more big rigs out on roads, and now there is a push for more safety measures. The Stop Underrides Act, just introduced in the Senate, would make side underride guards mandatory. Now, these can actually prevent another vehicle from actually being cut in half during a crash. Some in the tractor-trailer industry have added them, but others claim the side guards are just too expensive, they're too heavy, and they can lead to other dangerous conditions. The CDC moratorium preventing some evictions during the pandemic, but it does not stop a landlord from filing a claim in court. Arizona Congressman Greg Stanton introducing a bill, though, that could change that. The COVID-19 Eviction Consumer Report Fairness Act would prevent an eviction or any information related to an eviction that occurs during the pandemic from being reported by consumer agencies that gather and sell the info to landlords during the screening process.
This bill would protect people, not just who are unfairly and sometimes illegally evicted. This would protect people from the process of even beginning the eviction.
And since the start of the pandemic, nearly 31,000 eviction actions have been filed in Maricopa County alone.
Shout out on ABC's Jimmy Kimmel Live completely changed one Arizona man's career.
Where'd you get that shirt?
Thank you. This guy, Jay Pierce. He's an artist. He lives in Arizona. He does really cool, renditions of me and other things.
Jay Pierce says it was like overnight sensation. He says he started getting into art when he was 16 and basically homeless. And now his pieces are selling for hundreds of dollars.
Now I'm doing paintings and murals and artwork for big companies, celebrities and athletes. So it's like really awesome to see like how everything's like blowing up.
Yeah, he's got so much talent. LeBron James even sporting one of his face masks. You can check out his work at jpierceart.com. Even go to his Instagram page. I just checked, he's got 31,000 followers, and rightfully so.
That is fantastic. Love that story. Well, I think you're going to like this one, too. He set a goal, he worked hard, and then he achieved it. New this morning, yeah, you're going to meet a Valley teenager who worked really hard to get new shoes for an entire elementary school.
Thanks for watching ABC15 Arizona, streaming 24/7 on Roku and these streaming devices.
Next week, thousands of students in the Cartwright Elementary School Districts will head back to the classroom for the first time in more than a year. COVID cases in that area are, though, still among the highest in the state. The governing board had planned to stay remote for the rest of the school year, but following the governor's executive order, the district kicked into action to try to get everything ready.
We love teaching. We love engaging students. We love kids learning. We love to have our important real estate around the room so that we know that that's how we close gaps.
Oh, the principal of Starlight Elementary tells us they expect about half of their students will stay remote.
Well, 5 months ago, we shared a story with you of a Chandler High School student raising money to buy some new shoes for every kid at Galveston Elementary. That day has finally come, and our Carlin Everett was there for all of it.
I like them because my favorite color is green and blue and gray.
It goes without saying that getting a new pair of shoes can certainly make anyone feel good.
It may seem like something minor, but when you think about it, it really impacts how you might perform that day. Every student's foot was measured. So these are shoes that actually fit.
The hundreds of sneakers given away all came from an idea that Sam Bregman had when he and his siblings bought a pair of shoes for a child in need.
It was so much happiness and joy that I thought, why not do this on a larger scale?
That was Sam in October, with just a few $100s raised towards the goal of raising $15,000. And this is him today, mission accomplished.
458 pairs of shoes and 2,290 pairs of socks. It is going to be an event that I never forget.
And neither will the kids, because along with the shoes and socks, Sam put this note on every single box received.
Enjoy the shoes and socks. Have a fantastic day. Play hard. Sam.
You know, Sam has definitely, I think, restored faith in humanity. I know that can sound a little overly dramatic, but, you know, we're going into a year of something that we never expected, any of us. His persistence, his resilience, and his positivity, and just never wavering.
Today's event is a testament that we all have the power to do something good for others.
I just want to say thank you to Sam, because he's very kind, he's very helpful, and I really appreciate it, and I think we all do.
In Chandler, I'm Carla Navarrete, ABC 15 Arizona.
Just warms your heart, doesn't it? Hey, up next here at 6:30, resorts, theme parks, beaches, and more are opening. What the COVID vaccine might mean for your summer travel plans.
Plus, help is on the way for people out of work and in need of food. But will a stimulus bill be enough to get people back on their feet?